Good morning, everyone. This is Tyler here at Troncalli Chrysler in Cumming, Georgia, and I have been requested to shoot a little video of this 2021 Ram 2500 Power Wagon, and this is a gorgeous truck, and actually a truck that I would love having in my garage. It just won't fit. It's too tall. Anyway, this is a 6.4 liter Hemi V8. It's 410 horsepower, 429 foot-pounds of torque. And it now has an 8-speed automatic. Love how these things look. I love what they stand for. I love the throwback here on the decal on the side to the Power Wagons of years and years and years ago. As has always been the case, at least recently, Power Wagons come with a worn winch built into the front bumper. This one has actually already been purchased, and that is why I'm out here shooting this video. So we're gonna take a quick look through the inside. The cool thing about these seats right here is they are embossed with the same pattern as you find on the Goodyear Duratrack tires. Pretty cool, right? So there is your Power Wagon logo. We'll get into that dash here in just a minute. I'm going to head over here to the back. Up underneath the seats is a load floor that folds out, so you'll be able to carry stuff on this load floor. And yes, it does go all the way across. You can carry stuff on that to keep it from cutting into the seats. Now up underneath is storage on this side. The other side doesn't have storage because it's home to the subwoofer. There is the remote control for the winch. Try to focus it in a little bit better here. That plugs into the front. Here is a reducer for the trailer hitch receiver. I'm trying to do this one-handed. It's not so easy, but there you go. You can see it. And this guy right here, that is an accessory parts pack for the winch. Tuck that back in. As is the case with every crew cab, we're going to pop this loose. You do have in-floor storage bins down there, and that's on both sides of the truck. Seat folded back down in the bed. You see the tailgate drops nice and slowly. It's got a Mopar sprayed in bed liner. We also have a power outlet like what you find in the wall of your house right behind there. And as long as nothing else is plugged in anywhere in the truck, it'll power up to 400 watts. So, no, it won't run a blender or a hair dryer or a microwave, but it can be useful for powering devices, keeping things charged. I'm going to get this truck started up. So we can use the buttons here on the steering wheel to control what's here. Switch it over to miles per hour, obviously. We are in the US. So here is information here on the truck that you can go through. And I'm just using the left and right arrows to go through this. Actually, just the right arrow for now, but you probably figured that out already. Get to the end, you can start back over. This is a cool thing right here, off-road pages. So I'm going to get my hand out of the steering wheel so you can see what happens when you turn the wheel. See the front wheels up there are turned? So it knows if the wheels are turned. It knows if your sway bar is connected or disconnected, if your axles are connected or locked or unlocked. Back up here, I want you to see this also. You also have pitch and roll. So if you're ever traveling off-road with this, you know how much the truck is pitched or rolled. Your fuel economy. You're going to have trip meters A and B. And this is going to keep track of how long you've been towing a trailer. This is going to tell you how you have your trailer brake gain set, and if you want to check your trailer lights. Tells you what's on the radio, or any messages your vehicle has stored for you. And this is where you can go in and set things up on your screen. Now, those little data points up there in the corners, you can change. You can also change what shows on this side of the screen as well as this side of the screen. And that's where you go to change that. Like, we'll do a little change on something. So if I wanted to change the upper left to show how many miles are left until you're empty, there's range to empty. And now we've set our range to empty. And maybe on the upper right you want to see something other than the outside temperature, you just highlight the upper right, highlight the center, because you can change that too. We're going to come back out of there, hit the down arrow, and we're back to the speedometer. Now, over here is where you can lock the rear diff or lock the front and rear diff, and this is if you are in a very, very traction challenged situation, four-wheel drive low, crawling over stuff. This is where you unlock the axles after they've been locked. This is hill descent control, and this is so you can disconnect the front sway bar to get more suspension articulation. Now, the radio. I gotta back away a little bit with the phone here so you can see this massive 12-inch screen, and it's a nice, easy screen to use. It doesn't take long to learn whatsoever. Just do what I do. Just start hitting stuff and see what happens. Remember what it does, so when you need it later, you can go back to it. In case you're not on board with using the touchscreen for stuff like climate control, you have actual buttons on the side of the radio for your climate control. So you can use buttons instead of the touch screen. Set it in automatic, and if you really want to show off a little bit, you can do stuff like this. Set both temperatures to 68 degrees.
Setting both temperatures to 68 degrees.
And yes, by the way, if you're watching this and you have a Chrysler Group vehicle with an 8.4 screen and dual climate zones, you can do that all the way back to about 2015 model year. So you can do that. Anyway, moving along, here's your Sirius XM radio. You also are going to be able to put in addresses using your voice on your navigation system. This radio is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capable. And when you do plug in, you're just going to plug in down here. And when you use that, you'll actually have your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto display on the top part of the screen. Now, if you want to split the screen, pretty easy, just hit the home button, and then you can select what you put on top. I'm just going to slide this over. And then maybe on the bottom, you want to see, I don't know, what's playing on the radio. So you just hit media. And if you want to swap them, you can. Just keep in mind that if you're using your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can't swap the two. Your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay will always play on top. Down here, this is your built-in trailer brake controller, and where you can adjust the trailer brake gain. Shuts off your traction control, puts the transmission into tow haul mode. This shuts off your backup sensors, so if you're maybe backing up a trailer and you don't want it beeping at you, you can shut that off, and that shuts off your front parking sensors. Now, good old manual shift on the four-wheel drive system. It's not electronic. This is you grabbing a hold of that thing and shifting it into four-wheel drive high or transfer case neutral, four-wheel drive low. So there's no switch for that. That's you actually shifting the lever. Now in the center console, you got a USB in there that is for charging devices. A good old coin holder. We've seen these things for decades now. And yes, if you want, you can seat a sixth person in here. So that does fold up overhead. Programming for your garage doors. That is for your power sliding rear window. So we're going to check it out over here. See if I can be sporty about this. Okay. Your SOS and assist buttons up here are going to be in use for your first year. It's going to be as part of your Sirius XM Guardian 1-year trial. That is going to get you used to those buttons. It's going to get you stolen vehicle assistance and theft alarm notification. This truck has a Wi-Fi hotspot that you'll have a trial to that. You'll also have monthly health reports on your vehicle sent to you by email. And you'll have the Uconnect app, which you can use to remote start this truck, cancel the remote start, lock and unlock the doors, sound off the alarm, locate your vehicle, and even send a navigation address to your radio. So that's pretty much it for the overview of this 21 Ram 2500 Power Wagon. I sincerely hope the new owner enjoys it a bunch, and thanks for watching.